Yeah, here we are. So coming out, and we have a nice front door. Not that we use it that much. This is amazing. This piece of furniture here, it had woodworm, or yeah, I should say termites. I'm going retro again, back to England. So this is what we've been doing. Had the truck parked over there out of harm's way while they've been mixing on the concrete. And I particularly wanted to do a video showing what we've had done, because if you're an expat and you're thinking of having work done, you need to be, if you are a fussy person, you're going to have to be hands-on. Now for me, that doesn't mean that I would actually be out there mixing concrete, but it should mean, unfortunately it hasn't, but it should mean that I would be out there saying how I wanted something done. If you do that, it will get done how you want it to be done, but it will take longer because they work fastest in their own methods. Okay, so what our challenge was here was to eliminate the fact that we're still, even though we're out of the mountain, we're still walking around in mud. So when this gets very wet, you can't walk across from one building to the next without being in mud. So this is our little patio seated area where we sit if we want to be outside. And what you just saw around there was my little makeshift gymnasium, where I managed to keep fairly fit. So we've had all of this has obviously been freshly concreted, but what ruins it for me as an expat and a former contractor in the UK is the way that they do concreting. The way they do concreting is to do it bit by bit, and so you see all the joins. Now if they are very good, we've had it done much better than this, but this time we didn't get so lucky, and you can see why I would say that. So Beth at the last moment asked them to use the little concrete that they had to make this patch so that I could go back up and start using that covered in entrance porch with the bike. So I just finished taking some of that gravel and putting it here so I have a run up, but this is just awful and it's ugly, and you can see that they just dump the stuff down. They know that. I guess this is the world over, when people who are not proud craftsmen, and by that I mean workers who are proud of the work that they do and want to leave with people saying, wow, who did that work? If they're not that way, then they will leave in a mess. They'll just get the hell out of there. And this is how they got the hell out of there. This whole mess here is part cement, part water from the cement mixer. They left a cement mixer, and all of this needs to be now filled and tamped down, and possibly a little gravel put on it, which will stop, because this is still a mud bath for going out. You can see where if I park over there, then I'll do a U-turn and come back and I'll go through this. Means again that the truck is always dirty. Now this part, I actually saw what they'd been doing, and I said to Beth, they really should not be mixing the next batch of concrete on the old concreted surface. But that's what they do. That's a Filipino thing that they do, and if you're an expat and you're trying to get some work done, you really need to be on top of that. You see here, they laid all of this and they laid it in one square patch, which was good, but then they came and they mixed concrete here, and I think they mixed concrete over there, and then they came round and they mixed more concrete here, and this is new concrete being mixed up on the old, on the freshly laid concrete, which is just dried enough. Got the same here. So you get all of this, and then they're mixing there, and they have to get the concrete. There's nothing else that they can do. Have to get the concrete up to there, the freshly made concrete. Now, I went and I said to Beth, you tell them no matter what, they are not to mix any concrete on the work that they've already done. And this part marks the point at which they had to agree to that. So this is actually much, much better, but they've got, as I said, they've got a join there. And I think if I had been involved in the supervising of that, then I would have had straight edges, say 2x4. I'd have had that laid down in sections, and the whole thing would have been done in sections. And then once that section is made, it is never to be trodden on until it's really, really hardened. Here, of course, which I'm sure that you can see the footprints. I don't know what it is about fresh concrete, but dogs love it. They love to go in and walk everywhere on it. So, well, that's not the worker's fault, of course, but it just makes a mess of everything. Instead of being nice so that you could skate on it, it looks like they were skating on it. Here, look, all of these. So these are the problems of work. And of course, depending on whether you have if you have a professional registered contracting company, they will come in and right up front you can tell them, look, I want this to be done in sections, I want it to be immaculate so that I can skate on it. And then you have that written into the contract, and the contractor will make sure that his workers understand that, because if someone else is doing it and they're charging you and they're charging a very good profit, you can say, well, I want it done again. And they have to make provisions for stopping animals from walking through the wet cement. I don't mind a chicken or two walking through and have those arrows pointing the other way. But this is actually a dent. Look, I'm putting my fingers into it. So it's not good. What we are considering at some point in the future is that part of the concrete work which is exposed. We are thinking that it might be possible to have it skim coated. Don't know how possible that is. I'm not up on the modern techniques and materials, but it might be possible to do that. Certainly it would if it was a plastered wall, but of course this is on the ground and it's concrete, so we don't know whether the skim coat would adhere to the old coat. It probably have to be not sandblasted, but certainly power washed. So that's our little walkthrough. You can see that complaints aside, once we get a few rains down, this is where they went with the wheelbarrow, and they went up and there, and then come back down again, and then went back again. Unavoidable, but they didn't clean up before they left. So all of this is kind of stuck in there, which is a shame. Well, all has to be concreted down there eventually, and this huge gate will actually be reconfigured, and we'll build a wall over there, and we'll make it so that a gate slides closed and goes over there. But that's sometime down the way. This, what you're looking at now, is our, what I call our 5-year dream project. So we're into probably a year now on that, and we've overcome great obstacles. We're very, very happy about what we've been able to do, and a little bit amazed by what we've been able to do. But there's a long way to go. And here's a single mom that comes every day. She doesn't belong to us. She belongs to the next door neighbour. But evidently there's more food opportunities here. I think they come and they eat the dog food as well, which we feed the dogs down there. So, and that's the stray dogs. So here we're all tiled and fairly finished. This is the house. There's the stage over there. And it's a great day today. What we will be doing is coming from the end there, my finger, you can see the end, and then coming along. This will be a wall that will be a lot strengthened on that. It'll be a support wall. So it comes to the end here, and this will be stage 1 of the project. And then in some heaven knows, some distant future, we may be able to get a large public pool there, with some, in the plans we've got some small chalets that will go up there. But of course we're talking big dreams now. Meantime, I enjoyed my mornings here and wish everybody a good morning from here. There's the double doors there are our bedroom, and this one is, we actually call it the master bedroom, but because I get up at 4:30 or 5 in the morning, come out here and do my training, this room acts as a dressing room. It has obviously has a bathroom, and I'm able to do everything there at 4:30 in the morning without disturbing Beth. So there we are, last look at our 5-year project and our stage come coffee bar in the future, which would be nice. So I will leave you to whatever you were doing. Thanks for being with us. Bye for now. Don't forget, of course, I haven't normally been saying this, but it would really help us if you comment. I'm always interested in when people say stuff, as long as they're not just being abusive or insulting, same thing. But if you make a comment like what I've said about the concrete work here, maybe there's a contractor out there who knows just the stuff that would go down there, and I could have a good guy with the trowel come in, and a couple of guys, one mixing and one doing the skim coat, might be exactly what we need. So please do make your comments, and I always respond to a good comment. If you write a one line saying hi or love it, then don't expect me to write you a letter, okay? But otherwise, it helps to interact with us and have your comment or your message. You can message me on Facebook Messenger, and I'm always happy to hear from anybody who wants to write to me. Thank you so much. Bye for now.